Ah, the Christmas cactus. Isn't it beautiful? What a beautiful, beautiful flowering plant. Well, hey there everyone. It's Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike and I do bees. Welcome back to Southeast Louisiana. That's where we're at right now. We have made it back from Tennessee and it is a beautiful day, about 55 degrees, sun is shining finally. So anyway, today I am doing an opening for a video that I shot back in December after the other December video about the nukes. And this I wanted to just come back and do a new opening for it because since then I've done the Hive Life Conference. So that whirlwind has kind of started settling down. Lots of people out there with videos and comments, all great to see the different perspectives that people shot their videos from. And just a good wrap up to a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful event. It really was. So this video at the beginning might reference the old video. I don't know. I'll have to go back in when I re-chop it. But if it is, just don't mind that. It was done in December. It was some requests on a little bit of candle making that we, somebody said, well, why don't you do a video on some candles? A couple people said that. So I did one because I happen to be making candles for the market. Just something I do. Remember, it's how I do, not how to. So I do just want to follow up. I think in this title you'll see it says something about candle making and Hive Life notes. I came and put on a great conference. I know it took more than just him. He and his wife, they had some help. And to whoever those were that helped, wow, thanks a lot for giving him a hand. What a great event. And it seems like everybody just had nothing but great things to say. Something that I really enjoyed about that was the vendors. I said in the Hive Life video, if you watched it, that I was going to talk about guarding. I got some gloves from. I didn't need any protective equipment, but I stopped by there anyway because I want to talk to the owner. What a great guy! And it was very impressive to listen to him talk about his business. I do know he makes quality stuff. He's been in now for a while, and there's Bruce has used his stuff, and I know that. Dirt Roosters used it. It's good stuff, and I knew I wanted some eventually, but I just don't need it just yet. Well, I happen to need some gloves, so I stop by and I'm talking to him and I see his gloves sitting there and I try them on and they fit so well. I mean, when I put them on, I got them right here, I'm telling you, they fit so nice. And you guys remember my situation with the thumb on my Man Lake ones? The thumb fits. It fits. So I just put it on and look at that. I mean, if it's just an extra large, and it's called quality assurance, people. Let me pull this glove off, but that's okay. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I won't ever order anything from Man Lake. I'm gonna order stuff from Man Lake. I mean, we can face the facts that Man Lake has good prices. They always have. Data compares and competes, but Man Lake has bought everybody up. And I don't know about you, but over the last probably 3 to 4 years, Man Lake has changed. They've gotten where they're missing orders. When you call, their people are clueless. Data, I had a terrible experience in Florida with them. But the bottom line is those companies have gotten so big and comfortable, they really don't seem to care about the customers much anymore. They started out as beekeepers back in the day, way back when, if you read about Data and Man Lake and the different guys that started them. But hey, these smaller guys, like Guardian, his prices are competitive for the quality that he's giving you, that I can tell, and he will be my next suit once I get it, once I need one. And, Laura B, same way. I did an interview with him on the Hive Life video. These smaller companies and these guys are beekeepers, a lot of them, most of them. And you had Miller Bee and Dogwood Ridge Bees and Hilco. That's one of my go-to guys right now. I like John. I like his stuff. I like his equipment. I like his website. Dogwood Ridge Bees has a great website. I didn't do a lot on Miller Bees, but I went to their website. Then there were the ones around the corner, Premier. All these guys, they're very I don't know. They're very customer oriented because they're small still and they're growing. And all these new companies, these newer companies, it may not be super new, all of them, but they're small and they have the beekeeper in mind still. They still have the beekeeper in mind. So I couldn't say enough about them. Their prices are competitive. There's no doubt. Their prices are competitive. And most of them are doing some free shipping offers anyway. And granted, we got good deals at the Hive Life conference, but they're good vendors. I mean, they just are. They seem really upfront and good customer service oriented, because they're growing their business and they're here for the beekeeper. And what was cool with some of them was they were beekeepers themselves. You know, I think most of them were all beekeepers themselves, and that to me makes a huge difference when you're talking to somebody that knows what you're looking for. So I said I'd say something about Guardian, but I wanted to say something about all of them. But yeah, I can't wait to get into some Guardian apparel whenever I have to change up suits. And I can't wait to use those gloves. They're, you know, that's the difference in when you just buy them from wherever you're buying and you're just throwing them out there like Man Lake is doing, and I get something with this gargantuous long thumb. So being all wrapped up, we got some good knowledge up there. I gotta say, there were some really good speakers. I did miss basically 2.5 lectures, but I took a lot of notes, and I really like Dr. Dave Peck, with especially the presentation he did right at the second day there. And man, learned so much about that and the mite and bee relationship. I did like him. That was a good addition since Ian couldn't come, so I was really happy with that, with all the lectures. But anyway, got a lot of notes. Got like 6 pages of notes written down, so I'm going to be studying through those. So let me get going on this next video. Let's wrap this opening up, this modified opening. We do have a couple things coming up tomorrow. I'm supposed to go. It's actually going to get up into the mid-60s, so it'll be a nice day to get out, and it's going to be sunshiny. I'm going to a fella's house that needs me to look in his bees. Might have had something happen with the queen, and I'll explain that in the video, of course. So I got to open a hive up tomorrow, and then I'm going to be moving some colonies with a fella that's going to reorient some. So I might have a couple videos actually coming up. And look, what I will say, since I did the video about possibly taking a break and even maybe backing away from YouTube, man, you guys, I tell you, you encouraged me at that Hive Life Conference to just keep moving forward with it because you enjoy it. And I do enjoy making them, but I just didn't want to be just making them to be making them and, you know, just being boring out there. And everybody has said keep on going. I'm sure people ain't gonna walk up to me and say, hey, quit making videos, they stink. So, you know, maybe they kept quiet or just being nice, but enough people have encouraged me to continue on in the comments on that one video as well as at the conference. So it's been an encouragement from all of you out there. So so I'm gonna keep on making them. So I'm gonna take my camera with me. We're gonna do some of this work in the next few days, and then shoot, another week and a half we're gonna be reversing brood chambers. So I guess we're gonna be getting busy, guys. All right, let me get this video on that I made. Hey there, folks. It's Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I do beeswax. Beeswax? Yeah, beeswax. Not doing bees. Doing beeswax. So I have to make some candles for the market coming up for this weekend. They're selling pretty good right now for Christmas. So I figured I'd do a really quick video on that. All right, guys, let's go in here really quick. I've already got the wax melting in here while I went out and did some work in the yard. I know that's dangerous, leaving stuff unattended, but I leave it on a slow boil, and I'll show you the pot I'm talking about so you understand. All right, so what I use, guys, is a double boiler. It's just a regular pot. It comes together like this. It's your basic double boiler, I guess you'd say. Basically, the pot with some wax, which I've already got it started to melt. Like I said, it's not all the way. I'm gonna have to finish it. It's all getting darker. That was a dark block. And then, of course, just a little bit of water. Put it on my hot plate and I go. I don't have a pouring cup. I pour it straight out of here. So what I do is my wax isn't perfectly clean. It's pretty doggone clean, but I'll show you a block. This is my last big block left. This is one of my big blocks that's left. See, it's not perfect, still perfectly clean. There's still some propolis. Looks like we had some wax balls in here or something, but that's the last thing that's left. I still got some buckets of uncappings. I take that back. That's not my last one. That one right there is my last one. These are all brood comb wax. But the rest of that's for brood comb maintenance. I mean, it's brood comb, but it's for like frame maintenance. This is what I re-wax my frames with. Not that one. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish melting that down. Walking over here, I've got, these are slam full of wax cappings. So it's not a lot of wax left, really. I'm selling a lot of candles this year. They're doing pretty good. So anyway, got to make more. Always making more. Let me show you how to prepare one of these molds. So the molds don't have to be sprayed. I got some release spray, but they don't have to be. No need for that. They come right out of these silicone molds. But like this one, I'm done with the wick. The last of the wick is done. So I like to get these rubber bands on them because, you know, these things split. So to make it easier to get them out, especially this one. This is a hard one to get out. So I bring it up here. I make sure these are all set evenly. And you got to replace them every now and then, they get worn. Make sure that seam is just right in there. And then I've already got a wick cut. I take basically, this is a old coat hanger that's used to melt holes into feeder buckets. But I take it, line it up with the center hole. Yeah, you guys can see that. I push this down. And this at least starts my wick. Gotta get enough where you can get it. And you just pull it through. And then you pull it back to where you need it. And then these sectioning clips I mentioned on the other video were a fella in the UK, I don't remember who it was, suggested these. They work so good. You just put that on there and boom. Center up your wick and you're done. This is a soap mold here, but this one's one of the best selling ones I got. But it's real flimsy. So it's got a bit of a hole in it. So I move the wick just a little off center on that one. And don't pull it too tight. And then this one, I need to reset that seam. This one here is a little bare on a skep. It sells good too. I kind of get that one cockeyed so it burns through the whole center. That's it. Now we just gotta wait to pour it up. What I do when I pour them up, now what I said was I pour out straight out of the pot once it's melted. I pour it through a funnel, and I basically take a piece of cheesecloth. Since my wax isn't perfectly clean, still got a little bit of propolis on the bottom, and there's like a little bit of residue that comes off and it lays in the bottom. But I put a piece of cheesecloth in this funnel, real easy. Basically take a single piece about like this and I fold it in half, stick it down in there, and that just knocks out any extra you know, any of the big stuff. Whatever else goes through that is fine in the wax. It's just very minuscule, and that's all I do. I don't have a nice pot, you know, one of those nice candle pouring pots. I wish I did. I probably need to get one, but it really doesn't matter because I've gotten used to this. But it is kind of messy how I do it, but I'll show you here in just a second. Let's let this wax finish. I'll pour them up. So while you're waiting for your wax to melt, you'll find something constructive to do. That would be having all the bottling done before the weekend, because I still got another round of candles to make in a couple days. At Christmas time, I like to have more than just one each. We did that last week and sold about 8 candles, so I'll be ready. Labels. Done with that. Nothing complicated here, folks. I just take this, turn it off, we're done. Plug it. Just get the water off the bottom. Learned that the hard way the first time I ever did this. Set that there and hope you don't knock it over, because that would be a horrible mess. Let everything cool, and while that cools, do the pouring. Alright, like I said, this is a bit messy, but it works for me. Look at there, I missed the whole mold. Big thing is switching them out. You don't want to get too full with them. Bit messy, but hey, it's a good system for me. Let them fill right, not too full like I did the first one. And this one here is this one leaks on the bottom. And then we'll make one for here. This is the big one. This one takes a lot of wax. And see, there's a little bit of crud. You probably can't tell, but there's a little crud in the bottom. And that's what the cheesecloth takes care of. See, I'll put wax over everything, including the clamps, the wicks, and everything. And that way, it's more of a challenge when you get it out. Makes it more fun. You know, everybody likes to be challenged. And so, I challenge myself by making a bigger mess than I really need to. It all comes out in the end. Alright, that's it, folks. There's how I make my candles. Viewer requested, YouTube creator delivered. Then I take my cheesecloth out before it dries into here, like it already has. Get it out and get it into the trash. Remember, guys, like I always say, it's not a how-to, it's a how I do, and that's how I do right there. That is it. Just like that. It's the next day, folks, the next day. Just going to show you real quick. This one's kind of difficult because it's got an indentation. But pull it up. Snip off your wick. Set aside for the next time. And I clean it up. Alright, in the back bottom end here, I take that scissors and I just clip that off. I see how it sits first, and that actually sits level. So outside of cleaning up just a hair of this wax, like that. Yeah, so that sits. There it is. This one's easy to get out. This one just pulls right through. Same thing as with all the rest. Side cutters work better for that. That one sits good too. Now that's a nice little one. This one sells the very best out of all of them. This little bear is a bear to get out of here. So pull these rubber bands down. And this mold is silicone, but it's a different, like, I don't know, it's a little slicker. Not as sticky as the other ones. It's got a little top on it that sticks down in that hole and makes it just so difficult to come out. It's nice once you get it out, but it's a bear to get out, literally. A bear to get out, you get it? But that's a pretty nice little candle. And he sits good too. So yeah, he's pretty cool. And this one here comes out really easy. This is a very popular one. Everybody, I think I've seen this mold in a lot of different places. A lot of people buy this one. It's cheap, it's nice, and people like it. Well, it's out of wick, but it's pretty nice, huh? So there you go. And I really didn't have to trim much at all on these today. So there's the little bee. And there you go, folks. I'll make one of each more of these, and maybe one long cylindrical one, and that'll give me about 2 or 3 of each in my box for the market. Well, there you go, folks. That's how I do it. Remember, how I do it, not how to. It works. You know, it's a little messy the way I do it. I do need to get me one of those candle cups. I bet I've been doing this for 7, 8 years now, and it's working, but I keep telling myself every year, get a pouring cup, will you? Even a measuring cup. I'll get one. So that's what I do. There's your candle making video that was requested by a couple viewers. And I says to myself, when you go to do some candles for the market next week, just take the camera with you, shoot a quick video. No skin off my back, pretty easy to do. Don't know when the next one's coming out. Don't know when I'm going to start scraping and doing all that stuff outside. Might be January. So anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all watching. If you like the video, please don't forget to hit the like button. If you don't mind, of course. This is Barry's Best Hunting. I'm Mike, and I do beeswax. Y'all have a wonderful evening. May Lord God bless you. We'll see y'all later.